about, well, the last thing you're probably thinking about. It's preventing colds and the flu.
But health experts say now is the time to take precautionary measures, especially as school is about to start. Kristen Allen is live in Green Bay to tell us what steps you can take.
Yeah, it may be August, but viral season is just around the corner. So that means viruses like COVID-19, influenza, and even RSV will soon be spreading. So doctors with the Department of Health Services say really right now is the time to start talking about your kids about those preventative measures that they can take to help them from getting sick. And it really goes back to basics in some respects, talking about that frequent hand washing, also covering your mouth when you cough, and kids should stay home from school when they are sick. There's also a new COVID-19 vaccine that is expected to be ready in just a few months.
The United States and Wisconsin DHS is preparing for a fall vaccination campaign that uses an updated vaccine that was developed to more specifically target the Omicron variants that are currently in circulation.
And newer strains of COVID-19 that are circulating don't appear to be causing severe illnesses or targeting kids, but they can still spread to those who are vulnerable. Reporting live in Green Bay, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.